Okay, let's do this, guys. And as you can see, there's a cute little pig here. And I think she's finding love and she's finding friendship. Now, are we ready to do this? I think we are. Okay, let's do this now, shall we? Okay. Finding Friendships by Gus Gordon. For Julian, Naomi, and Nina, Nika, and Francois. When so many are lonely and seem to be lonely, it would inexclusively selfish to be lonely alone. By Tennessee Williams. Oh, that's a very, very provoking thought. Wow. Okay, are we ready to do this? Let's do this. Look at that. Alice Bonnet lived with her grandmother on a hill in the middle of town. Guys, meet Alice Bonnet. Alice Bonnet lived with her grandmother on a hill in the middle of town. Guys, that's Alice. Together, they made a very good team, especially in the kitchen. I'm a big help, aren't I, Grandma? Alice would ask. You are a marvel, her grandma always replied. Now, guys, they are a dream team. That's Alice and that's her grandma, and they do everything together, especially in the kitchen, and they are the dream team. Alice was a writer of lists. Every morning, she wrote a list of the many plans she had for the day. There were pictures to be drawn, crème brûlées to be eaten, buttons to organize, and books to read. Now, guys, she loved to make some lists, and she always had her day planned. As you can see, guys, she used to love. And for today, she has, what is it? Let's see the list. Let's read out her list, shall we? Today, draw mermaids, eat crème brûlée, organize button collection, read book. Can you see how organized she is? She does everything in her routine. Ooh, we have to learn something from her. Guys, she always loves to make lists. Fridays were Alice's favorite day. On Fridays, if the weather was fine, Alice and her grandmother walked down to the park for lunch. On the way, they would stop to say hello to all their friends. Alice was most fond of Miss Clement, the dressmaker. She often had a surprise for Alice. Oh, c'est beau! Couture. Guys, as you can see, Alice loved Fridays because Fridays is the day. Friday is the day. She and her grandmother, where they used to love visit to the market. They love visiting to the market, as you can see, and saying hello to just about everybody. Just making good connections, as you can see. They walk down to the park for lunch and they would say hello to all their friends. They'll say hello to all their friends. There were some days, however, when Alice wished she had someone her own size to talk to. A sister or even a brother? Especially on stormy nights when she was trying very hard to be brave. Or when her grandmother was elsewhere. Now, guys, she loved her friends. She loved every one of them. But then again, sometimes she wondered if anybody would be her own size, like her own age, maybe, or maybe when she was alone at stormy nights, when there were stormy nights, or when her grandmothers were sleepy. One morning, early before the birds had eaten their breakfast, Alice walked down to the river. She had a plan. From her bag, Alice pulled out a bottle and tossed it into the water. Now, guys, being Alice, very organized and, very well, she had a plan for everything. She always does have a plan for everything. Now, one day, all of a sudden, she pulls out a bottle and she tossed it into the river. Let's see what that is. The bottle quickly floated out of sight all the way down the river and out into the ocean. It was captured for a moment, picked up and dropped, and it drifted ever onward until it arrived in a different place, a long way from where it had begun. Now guys, it looks like a message in a bottle. And as you can see, she threw it out in the open ocean. There's an octopus holding it for some moment. Then there's it looks like a seagull, and it looks like it will more like a bird, that it's carrying it for a moment and it's dropped, and now it's reaching somewhere, but it looks like an island with a lighthouse in it. It's getting exciting. Francois Pauline was walking along the shore when she saw it, a bottle swirling among the seaweed. Inside the bottle, to his surprise, was a message. It read, "Hello, I'm Alice." Ooh, now guys, can you imagine a bottle with a message that says, "Hello, I'm Anusha. Hello, I'm Alice." And look at that. There's someone, well, it looks like on the side of the world, someone reading that particular message, and he is none other than Francois Pauline. Now, Francois was certain this had never happened to him before. He wrote a carefully considered reply, then threw the bottle back into the water. Now guys, well, it was out of nowhere. There's a message in the bottle, and he has never seen it before. He's never done it before. He's never read a letter like that before. Now he's been really curious. Now what should I do? How should I contact this particular person? Maybe I should write a letter too. So what he did is write the same letter. He wrote a carefully considered reply, then threw the bottle back into the river. It zigzagged out to sea on the ocean currents. A fisherman caught the bottle, then threw it back. It sat for a time inside the belly of a whale. It but soon emerged. Then it drifted ever onward until it arrived a long way from where it had begun. Look out, as you can see, it's another part of the world. It's other part of the world. And then, as you can see, the bottle is traveling for way everywhere. And a fisherman caught it. Then a huge, big whale swallowed it. And finally, it has reached a long way from where it had begun. Ooh, look who found it. Alice had been waiting for a whole week when she spotted a familiar-looking bottle one afternoon. She was thrilled to see that there was a message inside. It read, "Hello, Alice. I'm Francois. Where are you?" What a good question, thought Alice. I shall explain everything. Excitedly, Alice gathered all her thoughts together, and as you can see now, I think they're going to communicate via the letter in the bottle, as you can see. And now she has gathered all her thoughts and is she's explaining everything. As you can see, I am over here. What are you doing over there? Oops. It was a worthy response, and Alice was pleased with it. She put her message back in the bottle and sent it on its way. The bottle returned to Alice a week later with another message and a hand-drawn map. "I live in a lighthouse with my father. It's a bit lonely sometimes, but I can see all the water in the sea from my window. Where is here?" As you can see, guys, well, what a brilliant reply from Francois. As you can see, he's lonely too. He lives in a lighthouse, and all he can see are all the waters from his window. And he's asking a very important question. If you say you are here, but where is here? And he draws. Well, look at that. He drew his map of a lighthouse. What a brilliant, with north, east, west, south, all the direction and all the coordinates. What a brilliant guy he is, guys. As you can see. Now look at Alice's reply. "I live here with my grandma. She makes the best crème brûlée in all of France. I think I would like to live by the sea. Have you ever seen a flying fish?" Now, guys, it looks like they are communicating via the message in the bottle. Now, I had a pet flying fish once, but it flew away. Well, he had a fish, guys. He had a flying fish, but it flew away. And look at that letters. They are communicating. That's so cute. And so it went back and forth across the sea. Well, now they've been communicating across the sea. Now it's going back and forth. Like Alice, Francois loved writing lists and reading books and drawing mermaids too. Alice wasn't expecting that. But Francois also loved dancing and wearing funny hats and origami and garlic butter and flower arranging. Francois was very interesting indeed, Charmin. Alice realized she didn't need a sister or even a brother. She had found Francois. Now guys, can you imagine? Can you imagine wishing for a friend, but then again appeared, friend, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, has appeared with all the likes, sharing all her likes, guys. Well, he is like-minded, very, very like-minded. And well, I don't think she will need a sister or even a brother because she has found a friend. She has found a friend, as you can see. Then one day, Alice's grandmother was gone. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Then one day, Alice's grandmother was gone. No. She's not in her chair anymore. She's not knitting anymore. Oh no. Well, it says something in France, guys. It's French, guys. Triste et el jour pour moi ser comme les nues. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm making much sense. But well, it doesn't look good. The picture doesn't look good because it's a one stormy night because her grandmother is gone. And it is one of the darkest cloudy day ever for Alice. As you can see, she is outside her window and waiting. It's raining. And the pain of losing her grandma is very, 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 very disheartening, guys. Now Alice went to live with Miss Clement. Miss Clement did everything she could to make Alice happy. But Alice's thoughts were with her grandmother. She didn't feel like drawing mermaids or writing lists or sending messages. On a pebbly bench far away, Francis Powell walked the shoreline. All sorts of things made their way to the island, but the bottle he shared with Alice was never one of them. Maybe Alice has forgotten me, he thought. Now guys, as Alice has lost her grandmother, now she's not into making lists. She's not even writing messages in the bottle. She's not into anything. She's lost interest on everything. Now Miss Clement here, Miss Clement is trying to cheer her up, but I don't think it's working. And here Francis is waiting on the other side for the letter, and now he has seen all kinds of things made their way to the island, but not the message. And he is thinking maybe Alice had forgotten him. Oh. Over time, the dark clouds slowly packed up the things and shuffled into the distance, and the sun sprang forth from wherever it was hiding. A year went by. One evening, Miss Clement spotted something in Alice's wardrobe she had never noticed before. That night, Alice told her everything about her plan, about the bottle and the lighthouse and flying fish and the sea, but mostly about finding Francois. Now, guys, a year went by and the pain and the dark clouds of losing her grandmother slowly packed the things and shuffled into the distance, and there's sun, there's brightness, and there is sunshine. She's actually feeling a lot better. And one day Miss Clement found all Francois' letters, and she's explaining everything to her, mostly about finding Francois. Well, we must go and visit them, announced Miss Clement. First, it's only polite that we let them know we're coming. Now, guys, what a beautiful idea by Miss Clement. Now, they're going to visit Francis. Oh! Francis was collecting shells one afternoon when he saw a bottle swirling among the seaweed. He recognized it at once. Inside was a message. It read, "Hello, Francis, it is Alice. Miss Clement and I are coming to visit you. Please put the kettle on." Guys, well, Alice is going to visit Francis. Well, with Miss Clement. What an amazing message. And as you can see, Francis is dancing with joy. Finally, the message that he's been waiting for. He thought Alice has forgotten him, but no. She is coming to visit him, and she has asked him to put the kettle on. What a sweet little message. Alice and Miss Clement arrived in time for afternoon tea. Ooh, guys, look at that! Two friends are meeting, finally! The message pal! Well, message in the bottle pal, as you can see. Look at that! They are so happy to see each other. They are so happy to see one another. Everyone was very excited. Francis' father baked lemon muffins. Alice had no idea that lighthouse keepers were so good at baking muffins. Miss Clement told stories that made everyone laugh, and that night a wild storm battered the lighthouse, but Alice wasn't afraid. Well, maybe just for a little bit. Now, guys, so she had met her friend. Then look at that. She even went for an afternoon tea, and where his dad baked lemon muffins, and they all shared a laugh together, an afternoon together. And look, guess what? There's a thunderstorm, but Alice isn't afraid anymore. Maybe just a little bit, but she's not afraid anymore because Francis is with her. The next day, Francis showed Alice how to spot a whale. Then he lost his hat to the sea. Francis said it was the third hat that week. Luckily, he had lots of hats. Now, guys, as you can see, Alice is exploring the lighthouse and its surrounding, and Francis is showing her how to spot a whale. And he's been losing his hats because of the wind. In the morning, it was time to leave for home. Miss Clement needed to get back to her shop, and Alice didn't want to leave. Not now. Then Alice had a brilliant idea. Perhaps Francis could visit Alice and Miss Clement. Everyone agreed that it was a brilliant idea. Now, guys, it's time to say goodbye. Well, what a beautiful visit. And then again, as you can see, Alice doesn't want to go. But then again, well, they can come visit us next time. Well, that's a brilliant idea. When Alice arrived home, she wrote a list of things she really wanted to do. Number 1, play hopscotch with friends I haven't met yet. Number 2, make a favorite dessert. Number 3, finish something unfinished. Now, guys, well, she would like to play hopscotch with friends that she hasn't met yet. She would like to make her favorite dessert, her grandma's recipe, crème brûlée. And then she would like to finish something unfinished. I think that's her grandma's knitting. Then she wrote another list, specially for Francis' upcoming visit. Plans for Francis' visit. Eat crème brûlée 20 minutes, maybe more. Draw mermaids 2 hours. Hopscotch 45 minutes. Origami 1 hour. Flower arranging 51 minutes. Dancing until we fall over. Wear funny hats all afternoon. Many changes if our tummies are hurting from laughing. Oh, well, that's a very precise list of day planned. Itinerary planned by Alice, as you can see. All the timings and everything. Well, Alice and Francis, they loved making lists. And this is one of the best lists ever, I think. And she always had a message to send him. You are a marvel, Francis. Oh, look at that. You are a marvel, Francis. And now still they're sharing messages in the bottle, as you can see. And well, fortunately luckily and fortunately that bottle actually goes to Francis. Can you imagine? Wow, what an amazing. And so it went back and forth across the sea. Good night, Alice. Good night, Francis. What An amazing, amazing, cute little story, guys. Look at that, the message in the bottle arriving and just delivering back and forth all the way across the sea with two friends messaging each other, and it looks like they didn't have internet, or they didn't have Messenger, or they didn't have Facebook, or they didn't have Viber, and all sort of things yet. Well, that would have made things easier, isn't it? Now, Finding Friendships by Gus Gordon, guys. A heartwarming story from award-winning author Gus Gordon about loneliness, saying goodbye, and the value of life-affirming friendships. That is so sweet. Finding friendships, guys. Finding a friend, a like-minded friend, is something of a blessing. And Alice did find someone who was exactly like her, and well, she had a companion, she had a friend when she needed the most. Well, she lost her grandma, and that's one of the most painful thing ever anybody to experience, losing loved ones. But then again, when you find yourself in some sort of situation, well, if you have a friend who is exactly like you and who is there for you, well, that's a blessing now, isn't it? And Alice has friendships and friendships as Alice, and they are best friends. Well, best message in the bottle friends, as you can see. And look at that, all the messages from friendships, and she loves it. She loves her his messages, guys, and she loves sending one to him as well.